Hey guys, do you remember that year right before you went to high school? You might have had some ideas in your head about where you wanted to go. For me, I was trying to consider whether to go to my traditional high school or maybe go to an elective school. But there was a third option, one that a lot of people are offered, and that's to go to a trade school. Now, I chose to go to a traditional high school because I had aspirations of college. But I think that too often our traditional high schools the automatic option, and trade schools are discouraged when people are considering high school higher education goals. So I want to discuss some of the advantages that trade schools provide students who go there, some of the benefits that trade schools provide to their community, and also some ways that you yourself can support these trade schools in your community. So, what are some advantages? Well, for one, you come out of high school with a trade skill, an ability to go into the industry and take that skill right there and find a job that actually pays pretty good right out of high school. Now, consider the alternative, going to college for 2 to 4 years, paying money, and then coming out of that school where you might not even have a job. Now, this brings me to my next point about the advantages of trade schools. You don't come out of high school with that automatic debt that many students incur from college. Mike Rowe said, "We are lending money we don't have to kids who can't pay it back to train them for jobs that no longer exist." Now, I don't think he could have said that better. According to the National Center for Educational Statistics, a bachelor's degree is accounting for $16,900 more on average of income per year, but I don't think that tells the whole picture. Business Insider says that the cost of college has increased 260% from 1980 to 2014, and it's been a few years since then, so we can only imagine how much more the cost of education has gone up. But trade schools don't only benefit the people who go there, they also benefit the communities that they reside in. I had an opportunity after college of working at a trade school myself for 2 years as a paraprofessional. I got the opportunity to look at some of the big programs that they offer at these schools, namely co-op programs and charity work. Now, co-op programs, for those of you who aren't familiar with them, give students who get good enough grades scholastically the opportunity to work in a trade making money during school hours. How cool is that? You get money while you're at school. Now, I don't know any other high schools that can do that other than a trade school. Now, the other benefit that they provided at the trade school I worked at was charity work. The carpentry department and electrical department, as well as I think the auto body shop as well, all worked together to provide affordable housing to a community that was in high need of it. Now, they just provided all the labor for free. Someone else donated the materials, and they built some affordable housing to that community, which was super important. So that was a huge benefit that provided that day. Another benefit that the trade schools provide to communities that I don't think a lot of people think about are that students who go to trade schools usually tend to stay in the communities that they went to school in. Now, this is good because they spend money in those communities, which stimulates the economy. They start businesses, and businesses create jobs and pay more taxes, also stimulating the economy. And then they also create families, and more people, more industry, more economy. It's all good for these communities that these trade schools reside in. So we can all say that there are some benefits to trade schools, but so what? You guys are in college right now. What do you care? You're not that year before you go to high school. You're not considering going to a trade school right now. Well, for one, You do have the opportunity to do that. You can go to a trade school, you can learn a craft. It is cheaper than going to a 4-year school, but I don't want to discourage you from your goals. But maybe you can do something to support your local trade school, and maybe these supports could also benefit you as well. So for one, I want you to seriously consider the benefits that trade schools provide you. And by that I mean some of you have kids. Maybe you can talk to your kids about the actual advantages that many of us were deprived when we were given that option growing up. Talk about some of the benefits, such as the trade skill that you can just bring into the industry. Talk about the lack of debt out of high school. These are big things. Kids don't consider these all the time. And the other opportunity that I want to give you to support your local trade school is to find a way to get involved. Many of these shops are looking for projects. I know many people who have donated project cars to auto body shops, or given students the opportunity to work on their house for construction or landscaping. Also potentially hire a student who is working there, maybe over the summer if you own a local business yourself. So what have we learned? We learned that trade schools not only provide benefits to the students that attend them, but they also provide benefits to the communities that they reside in. We've also gone over a couple ways that we can support our local trade schools. So give your local trade school a call. Maybe they have a restaurant there that you can visit as a patron. Maybe they have a hair salon over there that you can go in and get your hair cut or styled at a cheaper rate, and you know that your money's going to these kids and you're reaping some of the benefits as well. So hopefully I've opened your eyes to some of the advantages that trade schools can provide you, kids who attend them, your community, and some ways that you can support them. Now, go grab a tool and get to work.